Okay. Gosh, here's what we need to do. What is 400 times 150? Let's see. We would have 60,000. Okay. So if I am solving for x, I get 200,000 x equals 60,000. So 60,000 divided by 200,000. Ugh. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Simplifies to 6/20, which is going to simplify, and I'm just doing this from here. 2 would be 3/10, and that would be of a 3/10 what? 3/10 of a tutu, 3/10 of a glasses, 3/10 what? No. The question is, how much would it weigh? So it is 3/10 of a pound, right? 0.3 pounds. How much would their heart weigh? So this is how much our hearts would weigh if we had a 150-pound person. Would it be heavier than a football? Footballs weigh about 1 pound. How far off is this estimate? So is it heavier than a football? No, not heavier than football. And how far off is the estimate? Off by how much? Hello. It is off by 0.7, 7/10. Yes, 7/10 of a pound, which is you take 1 pound minus 0.3 pounds. Okay. Does that make sense to everybody? Yeah, so you find the ratio of the heart body to the weight of the heart of the whale. Find the ratio for the human. If it's supposed to be at that same ratio, our heart would only be 3/10 of a pound. That's kind of weird. So basically, I would guess our hearts, compared to our bodies, are going to be larger than what the heart of a whale is, which seems really odd. 200,000-pound whale has a heart that weighs 400 pounds. Average human is 150 pounds. Do you think the average human is 150 pounds? Do you? I don't know. Okay. Hey, that's the way the math worked there. All right. What other questions from chapters 1, 2, or 3? This is going to be worth some points. Completing this is going to be worth some points. Don't know how many. I forgot to talk to Miss Bieshke. 21. This one I did get to. Safi is building a patio in her backyard for a new hot tub. She has had blueprints drawn up for the patio, needs to determine the real-life dimensions of the playhouse to order the flooring. Wait a minute. Looks like we have two things confused here. Are we doing a hot tub or the playhouse? Anyway, you get the idea. We're building something. The blueprint for the playhouse, we're back to the playhouse now, uses a scale of 1 to 21. Notice, this is what a scale is. I want you to pay special attention to that. If I ask you on this final for a scale, you are going to have to tell me 1 to some number. Okay? 1 of something is equivalent to some other kind of number. All right, and it's going to have to be probably in a colon, or you can say 1 to some other number like that, but that is the scale. All right, the blueprint for the playhouse uses a scale of 1 to 21. The patio measures this amount on the blueprint. So what is the perimeter of the drawing? What is the perimeter of the drawing? Well, how long is the drawing on the blueprint? How long is the drawing on the blueprint? Who is buried in Grant's tomb? Who is buried in Grant's tomb? Grant, right? Mr. and Mrs. Grant. So the patio measures 1.8 by 1.2. How long is the length of the patio on the blueprint? So for those of you who are wondering what the heck I'm talking about, we basically just gave you the answer. The patio measures 1.8 inches by 1.2 inches on the blueprint. That is what the patio measures. So that means the length is what amount? 1.8 inches. And the width is 1.2 inches. How do we find perimeter of what seems to be a rectangle? If I have a rectangle and I have a length that is 1.8 inches and it has a width of 1.2, how do I find perimeter? Right, so one way to write that is 2 of the length, 2 times L, plus 2 times the width equals your perimeter. So that's 2 times 1.8 inches plus 2 times the width, which is 1.2 inches, equals, oh gosh, let's see, 1.8 is what, 3.6 plus 2.4, and that gives me 6. 6 what? 6 inches. So the perimeter is 6 inches. And that is on the blueprint. 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. So they want to know, what are the dimensions of the patio in real life? What are the dimensions of the patio in real life? How would I find that? Yes. Multiply what by the scale? Yeah. If your scale is 1 to 21, that means for every inch, you are going to have 21 inches, right? So that means for every inch here, you are going to multiply by 21 inches. So you're going to take 1.8 times 21 to get your actual length, and you're going to take 1.2 times 21 to get your actual length there. And what does that give me? A little louder for the old lady. 37.8. Is that what you said? Inches. Okay. And what about for the short side? 25.2, Mrs. Beatty. Yes. So the dimensions are 37.8 inches by 25.2 inches. Did everybody get those answers? Okay. So what is the perimeter of the real patio? Ooh, how do we find perimeter? Perimeter is twice the length plus twice the width. So take 2 of the lengths, which was the longer side of 37.8, plus 2 of the short sides, which are 25.2, and you get some large number. Guys, you have the calculators. Come on. Total? I mean, for both of them or just the one? Yes. You can't tell. Yeah, it's a little. Yes. 37.8. And you said what? Okay. 126 inches. Is this squared? If we're talking about perimeter? No. If we're walking around? No. So this is just straight inches. Yes. Yeah. Great. I love irrelevancy. No. There really isn't. I mean, as you're looking at these, there's not a lot that you really need, is there? I mean, perimeter, 2L plus 2W, do you need that? There is not. There is not. On the final, at the end of the second semester, you're given 6 formulas, and that's it. Yeah. But this, there really is not. Sorry. Okay, so we're not done yet, though. Okay, the flooring that she has picked out costs $8.30 per square foot. Okay, how much will it cost her to buy the material for the floor, assuming she can buy exactly enough with no waste? All right, now this last part of the problem has a little bit of teeth to it. Okay. Because we are trying to figure out flooring, okay? If you are going to cover your floor, what do you need to find from the dimensions that you have? What do you need to find if you want to cover your floor? Eventually, yes, but we don't have things in feet yet. We have everything in inches, right? But what do I need to find of this floor? Do I need the perimeter? Is that helpful for me for flooring? What do I need? A little louder for the old lady. We need the area. Yes. Okay, so we need the area for flooring. How do I find area? We're talking about a rectangle. What is the area of a rectangle? Why are you so quiet all the time? No, I think you're tentative because you're not sure, but you should be like, length times width. Even if you're wrong, be wrong with conviction, right? Length times width. All right, what is my length? My actual length of my whatever it is I'm doing, my patio. Oh my gosh, you guys, 37.8 inches. That's my length times my width, which is 25.2. Multiply those together and tell me what you get. See what I mean? Did you understand what he said? I didn't think so. I didn't either. 960. 950. 96. 56. Gosh, you guys are gonna kill me. Here we go. And that is inches squared, right? Because it is area. Area. Now, it says we are finding our tiles per square foot. Per square foot. So, what do I need to know to be able to figure out the number of tiles that I need if each tile is 1 square foot? Sorry. Do I know how many square feet I have? No. Is there a way I could change this square foot to inches? Okay, how many square inches would that be? Here's 1 foot by 1 foot is 1 foot squared. How many inches are in 1 foot? 12. Oh, yes. And how many square inches or how many inches are in that side? 12. So how many square inches are in 1 foot squared? How do you find area? Yes, length times width, Miss Thede. What is 12 times 12? 144 inches squared. I know you think that is insane. You just went from 1 foot squared to 144 inches squared. Yes. So my area of my floor is 952.56 inches squared. The area of my tile, one tile, is 144 inches squared. So how can I find how many tiles would fit in that area? Divide. Yes, divide by 144 inches squared. That's for one tile. Oh, gosh. And that gives you 6 point what? 6.615. Now, it's more than that, too. Isn't it like a bunch more numbers or something? Is it exactly that? Okay, perfect. So that's how many tile you need. That's with no waste, okay? That is the number of tiles. So, if each tile, each square foot tile is $8.30, how much is it going to cost her to tile this floor? What would I do here? Multiply by $8.30. And what are you going to get? Remember, what is my answer going to be if I'm talking about, what does it say? How much is it going to cost her? Oof. Talking about money, right? Money, money, money. Guys, what is 6.615 times 8.3? 54.9045. So if we're talking about money, how much is that? $54 and I'm going to say 90 cents. It's kind of tricky because it really should be 0.904. So you are shaving it just a little, but yeah, we're going to say 90 cents. It would be nice if we had that 5 there, but I'm going to say 54.90. Okay? Does that make sense? Questions on that? Any other questions specifically on that problem? Yep, 54.90, that's what I put. All right. Next question. No, you got them all. I'm talking about anything now. Yeah. Any questions? 23. Okay. Zion's heart beats at a rate of 62 beats per minute. Jeez. 62 beats per means divided by usually 1 minute. All right, how long will it take his heart to beat this many times? When they say this many times, that's actually beats or minutes. If you're talking about your heart beating 333,870 times, that's really beats, right? So I would start with that number, 333,870 beats. And this is the ratio that I am talking about. Would I write this as it is over here? Or would I swap the numerator and denominator? Actually, I would just flip it because I want the beats to disappear. So it's still the same ratio, but I want the beats to disappear so I can talk about my minutes. So beats on the top over here and beats on the bottom here are going to disappear. If you multiply this times 1, basically you are taking 333,870 divided by 62, and that gives you how many minutes? Thank you, says the old lady. I heard that. 5,385 minutes. All right. Any questions about how I got that? All right, so then letter B, this is where it starts to get a little bit harder. I need to convert that into exact days, exact hours, and exact minutes. Like how many days plus how many hours plus how many minutes. All right, so I start with 5,385 minutes. That's what I know. All right. I need to multiply that by an equivalent ratio that I know involves minutes and the next higher amount of time. Because my minutes is on the top here, I'm going to put minutes on the bottom. So how many minutes are equivalent to the next larger amount of time? Notice we have days, hours, and minutes. So minutes goes to hours. So how many minutes are in how many hours? 60 minutes are in an hour. And I'm trying to get to days. So let's see. Minutes are going to cancel. I also need to have hours here on the bottom, and this is going to be days. So how many hours are equivalent to days? 24 hours are equivalent to a day. So as I look at this, you are going to take, minutes cancel out, hours cancel out, and we end up with 5,385 divided by check my math here. I think it's that. Wait a minute. Nope, that first one should be a 0. This should be a 0. Okay, and when you do that, you get what? Some rather small number. 3.739. Yeah, and some more, right? So what is this 3.739 blah, blah, blah? What is that labeled in? 2 2s, days. Thank you. So 3 days. It takes 3 full days. But then we have 0.739 of a day. Okay? Do not get rid of all this blah, blah, blah. All right? I got that on tape. Do not get rid of the extra on the days. On your calculator, I want you to subtract 3 because you are going to take away the whole number and you're going to have this 0.739. Did I write down what it actually was? Which problem is this? It's like 73958, whatever. Okay. Now that is in days. You want to take this and go from days to hours. Okay. And again, do not get rid of all of this to the right of the decimal point. If I want to change days in general to hours, what would you do? No. Think about it. If I have 1 day, that's equivalent to 24 hours. How do I get from 1 to 24? You need to multiply. So take that number of days. If it was 1 day, it would be 24 hours, right? You have 0.739 days. Multiply that by 24, and that should give you the number of hours. I heard the 17.7. I did not get that. Did you round at all at the end? Maybe it was that my calculator went a little bit further. Did you all get 17 point, what was it? 736. Bummer. I might have to check mine with that type of calculator then, because I got 17.75 exactly. But that's okay. So what is this 17 as the whole number part of that decimal? That is a number of hours, right? So we have 3 days we have 17 hours, and do not get rid of 0.736. Was that the end of it? 0.736? How would I change those hours into minutes? Multiply by 60. $44.16. Huh? No. 44.16. So that would be 3 days, 17 hours, and 44 minutes. Let me check something though. Is there an extra calculator? Okay, so if I take 5385 and I divide that by 1440, okay, minus 3 is that times 24. Guys, I got 17.75. So I got the first time 3.73958333333. You cannot get rid of it. You can't get rid of it. Even though I only wrote 7.79. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I can't talk. Even though I only wrote 0.73958, you can't get rid of any of this. Okay? This was 3333333. All right? We are not rounding. We can't round here. So if you take this, which on here is 0.739583333, multiply that by 24, okay? You get 17.75, and then 17.75 times 60 is 45 minutes. Okay? You cannot round at all. Because that, everything to the right of the decimal point, we need to account for everything of it. Okay? Because if you go back the other way, if you take 44 minutes and then take 17 times, that's hour 60, and take 3 times 24 times 60, you're going to be short 1 minute right over here. Okay? You'll be short 1 minute. So that means, let me take a look at mine. 24, this right here should be 17.75. You cannot get rid of any of this here at the end, and it kept repeating. And then 17.75 times 60 is 45 minutes. So the correct answer is 3 days, 17 hours, and 45 minutes. Is it about that time? Oh, I keep looking at my watch, and my watch is junk. 8:51, 54. Okay, very quickly, because I feel like this is, people are like, oh, this is easy, but it really can be difficult. If you look at problem 26, okay, write an expression that would convert the following, okay? Days to weeks. All right? 7 days make 1 week, right? So, what would be your expression for changing days to weeks? And it has to be an expression too. Are you going to multiply or are you going to divide? Divide. So your days, however many days you have, divided by 7 would give you your weeks. Once you have your expression in there, actually put some numbers in. If I had 7 days, is 7 divided by 7? That's 1. Is 7 days equal to 1 week? So check it out. Okay? Hours to days. There's 24 hours in 1 day. So how would you go from hours, H, to days? The number of hours you have divided by 24 gives you your days. And we'll talk more about this tomorrow. So tomorrow, depending upon what happens, we're looking at Module 8. Module 8. Nice job, Aiden. Module 8.